Do you want some kind of intro thing? I'm Corban Lundborg. Have you done that?
No.
We should do that. Quick intro, like, hey, I'm Corban Lundborg. I'm the muralist for Amp Rehearsal Studios. And then intro, video stuff, whatever. Yeah.
My name is Corban Lundborg, and we're here at Amp Rehearsal in North Hollywood. Amp is currently renovating their space to build a coffee shop. They've been in the neighborhood for nearly 20 years now, and a friend of mine asked me to come in and bring my art into the space. The owner of Amp was really flexible with what I was able to put up. They gave me pretty much full reign to go ahead and use my artistic vision to put whatever I want up, as long as it was tasteful and in the realm of music. When I first scouted out the space, I checked out the walls and learned about the history of Amp. Amp has a very prominent wall here, right next to the coffee shop. It's seen very clearly from outside, and I wanted to put a big portrait there to draw people into Amp. I spoke with the different coworkers here to try to figure out who would best fill that wall, and I felt no one better than Sade. I really like Bob Marley as a musician. I started with him upstairs, put a lion and Bob close to each other with kind of a Rasta theme in the coffee shop lobby. Starting this project, I thought it was important to look into the different music icons that have rehearsed here. Some of the biggest names you can think of have all practiced in these rooms. I started working upstairs and made my way down the hallway through kind of like a Beatles Yellow Submarine themed hallway leading back to Johnny Cash that I put in the back. The Johnny Cash piece was inspired by his song Ring of Fire. He's a favorite musician of mine, and I felt like that wall fit Johnny real well. When I first checked out the building, the basement really looked like a dungeon. It was just old and it needed some love. I wanted to bring a kind of hip-hop, graffiti, alley style look to that bottom basement. I started at the bottom stairs with famous French singer Edith Piaf. And from there, I just hit the whole hallway just decked out in graffiti. And the graffiti leads down through the hallway to a Prince piece. The Prince piece is in a purple hallway, just kind of inspired again by Prince's Purple Rain. So the whole hallway is just painted purple with just an iconic Prince look there. I painted a young Bob Dylan because I wanted to represent the youth that work and hang out here. This neighborhood is really young right now, and there's a lot of youth and street culture here. Wanted to bring a LA theme somewhere to this building, and that corner is really kind of the LA spot. I have iconic Tupac portrait there with the LA logo. When you come up the stairs, you're welcomed by a Bible verse. The Bible verse is a favorite of the owners and something that we really wanted to have somewhere in the building, and I put it up on a main wall. That's really the first thing you see when you walk into the coffee shop. North Hollywood has a very transient community. There's a lot of street musicians here, so I wanted to do a piece to pay homage and respect to all the artists that are just playing out on the streets, and that's what we have next to the Bible verse. Through Cold Studio, I work through a lot of different mediums. Painting large scale with spray paint and acrylic like this is by far one of my favorites and most rewarding. Amp Rehearsal has a corner on the main street that's very prominent and easy to see to all the foot traffic and people driving up and down Lancashire. I wanted to bring someone that was soulful and just cool to really put up on that corner, and I thought Miles Davis was the perfect musician. This was a large project and took a lot of paint. over $1,000 worth of paint was used, and as I neared the end, I had a lot left over, and I wanted to just basically dump it all on a wall so it didn't go to waste. I painted a large Frank Sinatra mural in the back alley that's not really seen by anyone unless you're passing through that alley or driving to Amp's parking lot. I went super colorful on the Frank Sinatra mural. I wanted to just use up all the last of my paint and just do something larger and more colorful and vibrant than I've ever done before. The Frank Sinatra piece was definitely the hardest to paint. It was a bright white wall and it got a lot of sun the way it was facing. So from noon up until about 9 o'clock at night, it was just catching a lot of heat. It was very hot, very bright, and a lot of street people passing by kind of interrupting. It was by far the biggest challenge in this whole project. The coffee shop and the music rehearsal space are now one, sharing the same lobby, a place where musicians can both rehearse and then also enjoy different coffee specialty drinks right here in the heart of North Hollywood. I wanted to make sure that the art was somewhat diverse to everyone that comes through this space. We have all ages, backgrounds, and a really diverse crowd that hangs out here, so I wanted to make sure that the art really represented the community. This has been my largest mural project to date. It's been very challenging and also rewarding at the same time. I look forward to bringing everything that I learned here at AMP into my next projects. I'm so bad at motivational type stuff.
You did it though.
Yeah.
You already got a take. It's fine. You're gonna chop it up anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a whole thing.
Art is cool.
I like art. That's the point.
I like art